choices. Hey everyone, and welcome to Just Love. My name is Paula, and if you're new to my videos, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload something new. Judy Carroll, author of several books, her latest, Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, reminds us that we are empowered beings. But in order to exercise this empowerment, we have to get past the fear barriers of ego, judgment, and self-righteousness within our own heart and mind and acknowledge the God spark within us. She also says that it is more important to have great spirit and imagination than great skill or power, and speaks about free will and choices. She says free will is about choosing within your own heart and mind what to focus upon in your day-to-day life. So keeping this in mind, what follows will dive deeper into the choices we have and how we make them. We struggle, we compare, we judge ourselves and others, we work hard for our health, our finances, our relationships. We are constantly striving for a better life. We measure ourselves against where we think we should be and what we think we should be doing, instead of just looking at what we have and being grateful and appreciative of whatever it is, peacefully accepting what is and allowing what is. Contrary to popular belief, life was meant to be easy. When we live our life from low vibrations, such as fear, overwhelm, pessimism, and judgment, we block our inner wisdom and all the messages that it has for us because we can't feel love. This is what prevents us from making better choices, choices that reflect our true, authentic self. We can be forgiven for this because we have been taught that the world we live in is one of conflict, competition, and separation, and this conditioning started at an early age. This is Darwin's theory, and he concluded that since there wasn't enough to go around, life must evolve through a struggle for existence. An individual thrives only at another one's expense. The game of musical chairs that we played as children is just one example of how we've been hoodwinked into living in a world of competition and conflict. To the contrary, according to new science, Darwin was wrong. We are meant to care, share, and be fair. The world we live in is actually a world of mutual aid, connection, and cooperation, and our birthright of living a peaceful and harmonious life awaits, but we have to be creative enough to bust through these limiting beliefs and mindsets and make new choices. We can address these limiting beliefs and mindsets through adopting a spiritual practice and through energy psychology or through psychology, counseling, and prayer. Prayer is the topic of discussion that we will be investigating here to help us break through these limiting beliefs and mindsets, thus enabling new choices. Gregg Braden, in his book Secrets of the Lost Mode of Prayer, discusses prayer. He talks about the feeling being the prayer, and he talks about time being both horizontal and vertical. We all know what horizontal time is. We can all relate to a past and a future, but vertical time is not so commonly known. What vertical time suggests is that at any given moment, many possible experiences are all playing out at the same time. The key is, and this is so profound, the many possible experiences are already created. This is ancient knowledge that we are only just beginning to understand. We go back 2,000 years to the prophet Isaiah. His scroll describes how we choose which future we experience. We've heard that we create our reality. Quantum science suggests that it may be more accurate to say that we choose which possibility that is already created into our life. Each future remains dormant until awakened by choices made in the present. The present is your point of power. We have the ability to glimpse into future possibilities by engaging our imagination. What does it look like? How does it feel? What does it smell like? What can you hear? Can you even taste it? In other words, use your 5 senses to imagine what you would like to play out in your life. Gregg Braden shares a story illustrating this feeling-based prayer. He calls it pray rain. Not a prayer for rain, because when you pray for something to happen, you have affirmed that it's not here now. So Gregg Braden sets off with his friend to pray rain. They walk many miles to an ancient place where there is an ancient circle, a place of many possibilities. His friend walks into the ancient circle, honours his ancestors, closes his eyes, places his hands into a prayer position, and after only a few minutes he was complete, much to Gregg's astonishment. Not knowing about the feeling-based prayer at the time, Gregg asked, "What just happened?" His friend said, "I closed my eyes and I felt the feeling of mud between my toes, so much mud because there had been so much rain, and I smelt the smell of what the rain smells like, and I felt the feeling of what it feels like to run through chest-high fields of corn because the rain has been so proficient and the crops are flourishing." In that moment, my prayer became a prayer of thanks, gratitude, and appreciation for the opportunity to choose which creation I experience, not for what the prayer created, because we don't create, we choose. Time and prayer allows us to choose which prophecy we live. We invite the possibilities in from within, and it rained. The key is that we make a choice, and the best way to do this is when we are fully present and focused in the now. Feel the feeling of being totally relaxed and at peace, and then igniting your imagination, using that spark that you have within. Ignite the feeling of being healthy. Ignite the feeling of being wealthy. Ignite the feeling of having a loving relationship using your 5 senses and feeling your desired end result without worrying about questioning the hows. Being mindful of your language is also of utmost importance. So instead of using the word healing in your prayer, pray optimum health and healthy, harmonious relationships and an abundance of wealth. These 3 areas are the areas in which most human beings tend to pray. Remember, we choose. Thanks for listening.